Hey guys, I apologize in advance if I seem a little awkward. This is my first video, and you could say I'm a little shy. So, I am 10 weeks postpartum, and I have been trying to lose the baby weight. For the past 2 weeks I've been trying to exercise every day and also count calories, and exercising with a baby is pretty hard, just trying to find the time. Plus my partner is a chef, so he does split shifts and is barely here. But I'm getting there. Now one of the reasons I'm doing this video is because I'm starting to lose motivation, and I'm the type of person that will get an idea in my head, say with exercise, want to get fit, and I'll go hard for 2 weeks, or 2 weeks, and then it just kind of dies out, and I lose motivation, I get bored, and I just think, I'm not getting anywhere anyway, so I give up, and I don't want to do that. And as you can tell by my double chins, I really can't afford to lose, to keep this weight. I need to lose it. Before I fell pregnant, I was 75 kilos. I got up to about 100 kilos by the end of my pregnancy, and I'm now down to 83 kilos. I'd love to be at 55 kilos. I'd be even happy with 60, 65. It's just finding the motivation, and hopefully this will help, and I'll be able to look back in a couple of months and be really proud of myself for actually being able to do it. And I'm hoping anyway. But we'll see. I also wanted to talk about my labour and delivery and just life with the baby. So on the 25th of June, I had a day stay at the hospital. I was 41 weeks and 4 days pregnant, and I was due to be induced on the 27th. Now, from the moment I woke up, I was just, there was something off. I just had a really bad headache, and I felt sick. I was getting cramps, but I'd never been in labour before. I don't know what to expect. I thought maybe it might have been Braxton Hicks. I just kind of shrugged it off. They weren't too bad at that time. I went into the hospital and for my day stay and was put on the monitor. Now I had to be on the monitor for hours because his heart rate was dropping, and they gave me an ultrasound because they weren't sure if they wanted to make sure he had enough fluid around. They said it was a little low, but it wasn't too bad. I also told them about the day before I noticed I was getting some yellow, fluoro orange discharge, and it was not nice, but I told them about it, and I asked if that could maybe be my waters breaking, and they checked me out and they said that it wasn't my waters, but I was 3 centimeters dilated. And anyways, they told me to come back the next day to get induced instead of waiting 2 days, and they sent me home. So on the way home, I was getting, the cramps were just getting really bad. I was crying by the time I got home, and I just still thought they might have been Braxton Hicks because they weren't regular. They would just say they'd come every 6 minutes, and then they'd change to every 8 or 10 minutes. They were just changing a lot, and I just assumed maybe that was just Braxton Hicks. I had a bath and tried to relax, and thought maybe they might go away, and they didn't. And so I called my sister, because my sister and partner were going to be in the delivery room with me. So she came over and we called the hospital, and they told me to go in. And it was about, I think it was about 9 o'clock at night that we went in. So I got checked when I was in at the hospital, and I was at 4 to 5 centimeters dilated. I was put on the monitor, and his heart rate was dropping still, and I was made to lay on my side. Now the pressure was so bad, and the pain was just really intense. When I got to 6 centimeters dilated, I got gas and air, and then I also got an epidural after that. I was on top of the world after the gas and air. It was amazing, and it took a lot of the pain away. I was able to cope, and I was just so happy. It just hit me that I was going to see my baby finally after almost 42 weeks. I remember feeling so happy, and I was laughing and joking around. Big change from when I went in there. Then all of a sudden the room had filled with midwives and doctors, and I hadn't been talked to about anything. I had no idea what was going on. I just thought it was normal, I guess. And they were fixing my bed up, getting ready to take me somewhere. I heard one of the midwives say something to another one of the midwives about a C-section, and I lost it. I went crazy. Sorry, I'm losing my voice. I was crying. I had a panic attack. No one had talked to me about a C-section. I had no idea why, other than I guess his heart rate had dropped quite a bit, but they hadn't told me about it. They hadn't talked to me. But anyway, the doctor that was there, she was really nice, and she stayed by my side and told me that she was going to make sure I couldn't feel a thing, and just really, really helped me out. Then I got put to sleep because my epidural hadn't completely kicked in. They couldn't wait for it to kick in. Then when I woke up, I was told that my baby was in NICU because he had become distressed because my waters had broke when I thought they had, and he pooed inside of my belly and ate it. Also, he had an antenna put on his head when I was in labour, and when they pulled him out, because they didn't have time to take the antenna off, they had to get him out right away. When they pulled him out, it had cut me inside, and I had to get an ultrasound to make sure that it hadn't hit anything important or major. I'm guessing that was normal because I haven't heard anything from the ultrasound. So I'm guessing I'm fine. Now I was wheeled to his little bed, and I was able to stay with him for 5 to 10 minutes, just looking at him, which was fine, but I really wanted to hold him and I couldn't. And that day was really hard. That was the only time I could see him, the only time I saw him that day. It was just really, really hard for me. But it was like I'd expected everything to go perfect in during my labour. Like I expected a little bit of people said it really hurt, but I was like, oh, I should be right. Then I expected to be able to hold my baby after and just get to know each other straight away, and I couldn't. I only saw him for 5 to 10 minutes the first day, and it was just not a good day. The next day he got to come stay with me in my room, and I was able to hold him, and it was just, it made my entire life. He's gorgeous. He was born 8 pounds 10 ounces, and he was 53 centimeters long, and he had the longest red hair. Just, it's grown a lot now as well. Everyone kept saying, oh, he's gonna lose that hair, he's gonna go bald, but he hasn't. He's got like so much. And he's just cute and he's healthy now. I was in hospital for a week and then got discharged and came home, and life was just different. I'm sure everyone felt the same when they brought their baby home. I was a bit scared. I didn't know if I was doing everything right. I was even scared just changing him. I thought that I was gonna, maybe I was too rough and I was gonna break his little arms or something, or one of his little fingers, because they were just so tiny. Feeding him, I wasn't sure if I was, because I was breastfeeding, I wasn't sure if he was getting enough, which I later found out that he wasn't getting enough. He was constantly feeding. He was feeding like all the time, and when he got weighed at the 2 weeks, he hadn't gained much weight, or I don't even think he gained any weight, at least not what he was meant to. And so I had to go to formula as well as breastfeeding, because it was obvious he wasn't getting enough from me, and that was hard because I really wanted to breastfeed. But now he's gained a lot of weight. He's almost 6 kilos, and he's just awesome. Like, I love being a mum, and it's one of the hardest things I think I'll ever have to do in my life, and every day it's just different. You don't know how the day is going to go. You don't know if he's going to have a good day and he's going to be all happy and smiley, or if he's going to be screaming, or, you know. I'm getting a handle on things now. I was too scared to leave the house before, just because I was worried that he was going to start crying when we were out, and I wouldn't be able to stop him. I wouldn't be able to make him feel better. And yeah, now it's getting better. I can't. He's one of the babies that is a type of baby that I can't really put him down. He's just constantly going to be in my arms. He's asleep now. He sleeps really well though. Just during the day, I've got to sit on my exercise ball, which I'm on now, and just bounce with him and play music, and he loves that. Yeah, he sleeps really well. He's been sleeping about 11 to 12 hours straight of a night time, and then he'll wake up for a feed and then go back to sleep for 3 hours, sometimes even more. He's a really good sleeper, touch wood, because I don't want to change that. It's different. I didn't expect being a mother to be like this. Yeah, so that's my labour and delivery and the way things have been. I'm going to show you my belly now. I'm pretty nervous about this because I'm just not happy with myself at all, but I know it needs to be done. It's for the better. Okay, well, here goes. So, that's my belly inside. this needs to go.